Okay. Hi guys, my name is Ali. I'm currently a student in the NUSEA program. I'm running this instant photography business. I've been running it for 2 years, but I haven't been really seriously running it. It's more like a side hobby. So basically what I did was, previously we implemented barcode registration for events. So if you go for events, they usually give you a lucky number, a stub, and you put it in a big glass bowl. So basically what I did was, I printed barcodes for you. I'll paste it, the event organizer will paste it on your cards, and I'll provide the facilities for them to scan it into a database. And then for the lucky draw, there'll be a push button on the stage, and then there'll be a jackpot machine running. So during one of these events, I saw another company doing instant photography, but they're doing it really, really slowly. So I thought we could do it faster than them. So basically streamline the process. It's not a novel idea. It's been around for very long. There's a lot of players in the market in Singapore, but when I go to clients, I tell them I'm the fastest in the industry. And if you can find another player that can print as fast as us, you can either hire me for free because I print as fast as them, right? So I will provide my services for you for free. So basically what we do, we take photos, we have a setup, we print them, and then we will display them on the table for the guests to take their photos. So what makes us different is we are very small, and we are able to cater to certain requests of clients. So for instance, this was an event during LTA. They requested for 6 photographers, and we had 8 printers. So in total, we printed 3,000 photos in 2 hours. So this at one point in time, there's a lot of photos on the table. And this was for LTA at Resort World Sentosa. So we also have other events, we sponsored events. So this is like a typical 4R size with the border, the customized borders, just to make it look nice. So I'll go straight to a demo. Essentially, this is not a screenshot. This is an actual program, but it's kind of outdated, so it's not running. So essentially, you'll see the person on the laptop with the printers will see this. You have four pictures that will be displayed, either landscape or portrait, because a photographer can take a landscape or portrait photo. And he will be able to center it using up, down, left, right, and he can choose to print portrait or landscape. So essentially, in a photo, you usually have 4 to 5 people, and everybody in the photo will get it. So now the problem is the person at the computer has to count 4 people, right? So now let me take a photo of our beloved guest, because this leads up to the next part of my presentation. Okay, so if you all can, come closer a bit. So let me demonstrate how I would approach guests, because I also take photos for the guests, right? So I'll go to the guests, hi, I would like to take a photo. I'll actually print it out for you for free on this name card size. I have this name card size photo. So could you please, come together and okay. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, let me take one more. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So just give me a moment for me to upload it. So the next part of my presentation would be my event's done. So because I've been doing it for 2 years, and so it's something concrete that has been going on. But I'll post my question for your advice later on. So some of the events that I've done, it's just highlighted here. I've done for HP, MOM. All these are Singapore. I mean, if you're from Singapore, you understand. IDA, urban. So all these are dinner and dances. Dinner and dance, corporate events that people go to, and people love this for some weird reason, because they dress well, and people, you take photo of them, they'll be like, oh, the girls, especially the girls. So, so my next point is, you'll be probably thinking, this is very difficult to scale, which is one of my problems, because it's very labor intensive. I need a photographer. I need someone to sit down at the laptop to print. So now I only have if I were to get 3 teams, it will cost a lot of, labor is expensive. So these are different ways I plan to, try to diversify the service to add more value for lower input. So no low input, high output, which is the essential. Okay, just give me 1 second.
Can you show us what you're doing?
Again? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so there's 3. I have a smartphone app, digital guestbook, and face recognition. In this program they say bring technology back to Singapore because you wanna bring technology back to Singapore. And I came across have you heard Leap Motion? That thing, that really awesome thing. I'm gonna just show the video for people who have not seen it while I do this. So essentially, it's just a small thing there, and you can use your hands to control your computer. Over here, you see him writing in a 1 cm box, just to show how precise it is. I think it's really cool. And how does this apply to my business? If you see, digital guest books during weddings, people have tablets and then you sign. So imagine now if I use this and the guests can swim through this photo gallery. I mean, it's very gimmicky, and I see that in the event industry, if you're gimmicky, guests like it because they can do they can interact with it, right? So I mean, that's just from a business kind of back end kind of standpoint. So that's one way I can slightly pivot, to be able to offer more services that I am able to charge more to gain profitability. So now the next one is face recognition. So it's just now, remember you saw the program. So if I am able to automate the program to print, that means to be able to recognize photos and then center it, and then be able to print it out on its own, because it can count the number of pictures there, the number of people in the photo. That would essentially just give me the ability to say I'm the boss in this industry, because I believe that there's no one doing that. So let me just go ahead and show you. This is a small demo of, so the picture just now I took earlier on. Okay, so this is the photo that we took just now. I'm just going to put it as pitch.
Find a way to deliver that to the person's phone. If they choose to tweet, Facebook post it, etc., on the spot at the time of the event, just using new technologies. So I thought the ability of that card, the barcode, 3D barcode,
Okay, so I'm just gonna run my short code snippet to detect the faces in the photo I took just now. So this is just like a prototype. It detected 12 faces, which is wrong. But let me take a look at the. Yeah. Okay. So actually, if you see properly, right? I mean, at least on my screen, you can't see it. It's red. You drew a red box. If you see here, you drew a red box. So there's red boxes all over your faces. So that enables me to count how many people are in the photo. Of course, there's a lot of refining to do. So if I'm able to do this and put this here, it will just be running on its own, right? So basically, the next step is, the guests take their own photo and you'll be uploaded to the cloud thing and we print it. So my question is, my choice now is, how do I scale? Because it's labor intensive. If I can license the software out to vendors to use, but the issue there is licensing. How are you gonna reduce piracy? Because I'm not a security expert. I'm a year 2 comp science student, and or I could go ahead and have these other feature sets added to the service. So that's.
I think you kind of hit it on the head, right? You have a nice product. This sounds like a nice small business, but that's clearly not your goal. And I think you're right. In order to hit hyper growth, the number of employees cannot scale linearly as the number of customers. If you put the software in the cloud, that makes it harder for your licensees to copy. And I think it turns out that there are a lot more photographers. There are a lot more people that want to be photographers than there is actually a market for photographers. So everyone's hobby, but not people who pay for it. But if you're able to offer this as a service to help these photographers make more money, I think that could be very valuable to them. So I think if you run the software in the cloud as a service and license it, you'd be in the row of helping these photographers make more money. That would be how I would say it.
So, I was just discussing the idea. I thought when you mentioned the fact that they had these cards with barcodes, you had figured some interesting technology such that after the photo was taken, the person in the picture can get a copy of their photo onto their smartphone pretty much immediately, because some amazing back-end technology is able to do face recognition or based on their fact that the barcode, let's say.
Oh, okay.
And do it, because the number one problem I have at these events is finding my photo.
Yeah. So you're saying that you use the barcode to recognize the person.
I'm not sure how you solve it.
Okay.
You say,
okay.
It'll be really nice if you can figure this out.
So that means you receive the photo in your phone.
Yes. And then now the person can choose to share the photo as they see fit through Twitter or Facebook.
Does Facebook recognize photos?
Do you know faces? It tries to tag.
So they API? So what they're using is something called face.com.
They
have a free API to
face.com.
Face.com. That free API that
all of the
stuff you just did.
Oh, I was using, because I looked online, there was only OpenCV.
Yeah,
don't use face.com.
They have free API. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys in a bit. Like, use face.com, and if you need like an API limit,
because most of these events, there's always a photographer at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
They say, hey, take a picture behind this
Yeah.
backdrop. Something that promotes the sponsor of the event, like LTA.
Yeah.
Then now you can tag those folks. You can use that to start your facial recognition, save that, and for all future photos, your stuff running in the server, the cloud-based stuff, is going to match photos that you're now taking on the fly at the event, right?
Yeah.
With the faces and names you have, and organize it for these people. And now you pitch the organization that perhaps the print rate will be much higher because people can find the photos that they were in, right? I'm sure you charge per print, right?
We charge. You charge by hour actually. There's no charge per print. It's unlimited printing. Cost. You could look at it that way.
If you increase the number of prints, because it's easier for people to find the photos they want. That's a good thing.
So in terms of prioritization, I think a lot of your ideas, including what Mark's idea, all of these are you should keep on improving the product. These are whatever messages is cool. In terms of prioritization, I would suggest you figure out the scaling rather than the problem. Your product is pretty.